we bring you back here to Spartan Gymnasium for crucial league matchups tonight. It starts off with the Emporia High girls taking on the Indians of Manhattan here at home in Spartan Gymnasium. And, you know, it feels like we say this almost every time this girls team plays, but once again, they have their work cut out for them tonight, and that's just simply out of the strength of schedule that this Lady Spartan team has had. Coming into this one 2-11 and looking for their first win here in Centennial League play, and it doesn't get any easier tonight as they've already played three great Centennial League teams in Topeka High, Hayden, and Washburn Rural. They get a 9-4 Manhattan team tonight that's 2-1 in league play. Only loss coming to Hayden. Just on Wednesday, the day after Emporia traveled to Topeka High and played, Manhattan played Topeka High and won that one, and then they have a win over Junction City. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that sticks out, you know, when you watch this Manhattan Indians girls team play, I saw at least a lot of high effort defense. This team got after it defensively, and also ran some full court man-to-man pressure from, again, the limited film that I saw. But it was this Manhattan girls team, again, they're good, 9-4. They're coming off a win against Topeka High on Wednesday. That maybe one a little edge Emporia may have into this one, having an extra day of rest. But they won 60-54 against that Topeka High team that Emporia High faced the other night. That was really quick, able to move and transition and create offense through their defense there from Coach Slaymaker. And then it was a 56-25 loss to Olathe South, and then a 48-38 win over McPherson. And for Emporia, they are coming off a 65-29 loss versus T High. Then it was a win 39-25, day 3 of the Glacier's Edge there against Wichita Northwest, and then a 47-28 loss to Wichita South in day 2 of the Glacier's Edge. You know, and Emporia saw a lot of good things from that Topeka High game, and especially in the second and fourth quarter. But it was big really starts to each half for Topeka High that killed this Emporia High team. Most notably, that 16-0 run Topeka High had to start the game. And then it was a big run to start the third quarter as well for that T-High team. But other than that, this Emporia team played really well on the floor with, a solid Topeka High team that's 9-5 on the year. And, you know, they're going to look for the same stuff tonight and hopefully can put the full game together for Emporia here at home on Winter Sports Night. But that's all I have here for you from the pregame. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with starting lineups and tip-off on E-Town Sports Network. Back here in Emporia, and here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Manhattan Indians, it is junior number 1, Delaney Larson, sophomore number 4, Yelena Depuswa, junior number 13, Kat Ball, sophomore number 15, Bailey Bush, and senior number 22, Isabel Peabody. And for your home Lady Spartans here on Winter Sports Night, it's freshman number 2, Jada Geary, sophomore number 5, Bailey Wiltz, freshman number 11, Macy Davis, freshman number 13, Sydney Beheimer, and senior number 25, Adea Hefner. And so just about underway here for the first meeting between these two Centennial Leagues this season. It'll be the first of two, and it will be Davis and Depuswa facing off here at the midcourt E to tip this one off here. Underway, Davis tips it forward, but it finds the hands of Bailey Bush for Manhattan. It's a deep pass down the baseline, Cat Ball. Corner shot, no good. Fight for the rebound. Larson gets it off the Peabody shot. Inside, Bush, no good on the floater. Adea Hefner grabs the rebound for Emporia. Emporia's going to move quickly the other way. Aguirre wanted to get it deep to Davis, not quite on the same page. Manhattan moves the other way and moves quickly. Inside to Depuswa, who's going to work around Aguirre and Davis. No good. Rebound, Peabody put back and fouled. It's Macy Davis picking up her first. And the first free throw had too much, so we remain at 0-0 here with 7:28 to play in the first. The second falls is 1-0 Manhattan. Isabel Peabody the first scorer, and there's the press that we talked about seeing from Manhattan here, but you know, normally we'd seen man-to-man here on film. This looks to be a zone press for Manhattan, and they force the turnover. And the ball's loose now. Hefner dives for it. It's a jump ball that's going to give it to the Lady Spartans, and so they keep it after the scare there from the 2-2-1 press by the Lady Indians. Now they are going to match up man-to-man. After that early surprise with the zone press, it's Aguirre in trouble trying to work around the trap. Getting it through to Wiltz. Emporia doesn't have a ton of time to get it across. It's bobbled and knocked away. Manhattan's going to force the turnover. Peabody's floater, no good. Ball grabs the rebound. Goes cross-court looking for Larson, who unloads for three. No good. This Manhattan team not afraid to shoot the three, especially Delaney Larson, the main three-point shooter for this Lady Indian team. Meanwhile, it's Aguirre working the other way. Ball stolen. Ball trying to go coast to coast, and does from the left side. 3-0 Lady Indians, and we get an early Emporia timeout with 6:34 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with the first quarter action on E-Town Sports Network. We return from the 32nd timeout here from head coach Scott. And it's Emporia High basketball. Again, trying to work around this Manhattan press. It's Wiltz with the right hand, gets it off to Hefner. Hefner drives down, tried to kick out, but it was Bailey Bush who was there to intercept the pass. Bush will look to someone to give it off to set up the offense, and gives it to junior Cat Ball. 3-0 Lady Indians. They look to extend it here with 6:10 to play in the quarter. It's a three this time from Bush. Had too much. Good box out by Beheimer, who will grab the rebound and give it back to the Lady Spartans as they try to get on the board here in this one. It's Wiltz bouncing off to Aguirre. Aguirre takes it up with the left, trying to work around Ball. Over to Davis. Davis pump faking, driving, trying to spin and step through. Eventually does and knocks it in through the contact. Good move from Macy Davis, a premier scorer for this Lady Spartan team. And gets him on the board, 3-2. Meanwhile, Peabody answers. She's got 3 early points here and responds to make it 5-2. Wiltz, bouncing, stolen, Larson, good with the right hand. 7-2. It's across, Davis back to Wiltz. Lost control of it, it rolls out of bounds. And Manhattan's gonna get it back, and now a couple of changes. It's Kennedy Dodds and Kinsley Cause for Manhattan. For Emporia, it's Audrey Cunningham and Elizabeth Moreno. And we kind of talked about it a little bit. Moreno saw good minutes off the bench in that T-High game, especially in the first half, and scored 4 in that first half. It's Larson trying to work around Cunningham, inside ball. No good from mid-range off the back iron. Dodds is going to get the rebound to keep it with Manhattan. The putback doesn't go, but Peabody gets it for another Indian offensive rebound. They take the 3, no good from ball. So far Emporia's been lucky enough to have Manhattan starting off cold from the 3 tonight, but only have so much longer surely before they catch fire. Larson, poked it behind from Davis, and Larson goes all the way to the cup. 4 early for Larson now. Emporia will work through the press, get it up the middle to Cunningham, trying to get through 3 Manhattan defenders, and eventually ball stole it. Going the other way is Larson. Larson lost it off her foot, it looks like. Yes, off her foot, so Emporia is going to get it back. Cunningham will inbound from the baseline, and both her and Aguirre will direct the traffic through the press. Davis pump fakes and miscommunicated with Cunningham. Manhattan's going to get it back. It's Larson running the point for Manhattan halfway through the first. Peabody wing Dodds' elbow was looking for Cause and couldn't find her. Cunningham bounces into Aguirre. They play some catch, and it's lost over the middle. Peabody will go the other way. And Peabody good, plus the foul. Isabel Peabody, a big first quarter so far with 5 and a chance to make it 6 and extend the Manhattan lead to double digits. And with that, Bailey Wiltz will return for the Spartans. And we get a Spartan timeout here with 3:38 to play, a full one. We'll take a quick break and be back with the action on ESN. Back here from Emporia, it'll be Isabel Peabody kind of getting iced after the timeout, and she'll have a free throw, and it rolls in. Peabody leads Manhattan here in the first with 6 points. 12-2. Lady Spartans in a 10-point hole to start this one. They break the press. Beheimer will look and throw it overhead to Wiltz. And now it's back up to Aguirre to set up the Lady Spartan offense. It's bounced into Davis. Davis going through traffic looking for some more points. It's no good. Moreno tried to fight for the rebound, but Peabody ended up winning the battle. Inside goes Ball. Ball across to Cause. Cause in and out. Peabody rebound and another putback. And Peabody, big first quarter with 8, 14-2. Geary out to Wiltz. The press still giving Emporia trouble, although they've broken past it the last couple of times. Now here goes Wiltz up with contact and draws a foul, so Bailey Wiltz will reach the free throw line.
Foul is called on Kennedy Dodds, her first personal, first team foul. At the line for the Spartans, Bailey Wiltz shoots 2.
And the first from Wiltz is short.
Manhattan substitutions, number 12, Avery Ingram, number 15, Bailey Bush.
Bush returns for Manhattan. Avery Ingram enters the game as well. The second no good from Wiltz as well. Bush inside Dodds through 2 Spartans, no good. Got her own rebound. Manhattan's gonna have another chance to set things up. Cause pump fakes from mid-range out to Ingram for 3, money. Avery Ingram knocks down the first Manhattan 3 of the game, and Indians lead at 17-2 now. Through traffic goes Davis, and she's fouled by Delaney Larson. It'll be the third Manhattan foul, or sorry, the second Manhattan foul of the first quarter. Just the first on Larson, as Adea Hefner re-enters the game for Emporia. From the sideline, Wiltz will search and find Aguirre. Aguirre jump stops and gets it out to Beheimer. Emporia continues to move it around the perimeter. It's dumped off Aguirre. Aguirre again setting things up for Emporia. Up top, Davis, a long 2, no good. And Dodds ends up winning the rebound battle with Hefner. Larson pushes it quickly. Goes in, jump stops, and nothing but net for Delaney Larson. 19-2 Indians. Bounced up Beheimer, up top Wiltz. Wiltz across to Beheimer, up top Davis. Pump fakes. Beheimer cross court Aguirre. Thought about the mid-range shot, and now the pass finds Bailey Wiltz. 55 to play in the opening quarter here on Winter Sports Night in Emporia. It's Davis right back out to Aguirre. Inside Hefner trying to spin, and Bush came in to knock it away. It goes out of bounds, but the Lady Spartans are going to keep it. And now 3 more changes for Manhattan, who we've seen make a lot of changes early in games here. It's Joran Hall, and then Cat Ball returning, and Jorah Parcell into the game for the first time for the Lady Indians. Ryan Howe enters the game for the first time for the Lady Spartans. Beheimer inside Hefner, and Ball tries to rip it out. It's a jump ball that is going to give it back to Manhattan. Ball runs the point and uses a screen from Parcell out to Ingram. Thought about a 3 from the Spartan logo on the right wing. Inside, it's good from Joran Hall with the foul. And Manhattan continues to excel here in the first quarter. The free throw no good from Hall, and they foul Aguirre, who got the rebound.
Manhattan fouls called on Jordan Hall, her first personal, third team foul.
It'll be the first on Hall, the quarter and third team foul on Manhattan with 23 seconds to play, so it shouldn't end up playing that much of a difference here in this first quarter. Each team with 3 fouls apiece. Hefner's looking from the top of the key, gives it off to Aguirre. Clock down to 6. Beheimer, no good. Hefner puts it back off the block and in right before the buzzer. Dea Hefner from mid-range on the putback. 21-4 Manhattan leads it at the end of the first quarter, but the Lady Spartans cap it off with a buzzer beater. We'll take a break and be back with second quarter action on E-Town Sports Network. Well, we're back here at Spartan Gymnasium. Lady Spartans found themselves in a 21-2 hole, and then Dea Hefner hit the shot before the buzzer to make it 21-4, as now the inbounds pass is stolen by Ball, and it's a jump ball, and Manhattan's gonna get it right back off the inbounds pass. And that was what we were talking about from Manhattan with this high intensity, high effort defense. And just on every pass, every dribble, every play is challenged from this Lady Indian team. And we've seen it so far tonight, even on inbounds passes like that to start the quarter. They get in and steal it. It's Ainsley Beckett who checked in over the switch between quarters. Now Bush drives inside and draws a block on Bailey Wiltz.
Spartan foul is called on Bailey Wiltz, her first personal, first team foul.
It's in and over the top to Parcell. Now out to Ball. Ball goes in with the right and drives through and gets contact from Dea Hefner, who's going to pick up a foul.
Spartan foul is called on Dea Hefner, her first personal, second team foul. At the line for the Indians, Cat Ball will shoot 2.
So it's Ball with 2 free throws for Manhattan, and she rolls the first one in. 3 so far for Cat Ball here in the first half, as Manhattan will strike first in the second quarter. The second free throw goes as well. (23-4). 19-point deficit, tied for the largest of the game, and it's knocked out of bounds by Bush. Aguirre into Hefner. Hefner will move and look backside for Davis. Bush was in there to knock it away and pick it off. Bush will move, trying to get in transition, gets it off Hall. Hall no good. Hefner grabs a tough rebound and draws a foul on Hall. It'll be Hall's second early, so she'll likely have to take a seat, although they don't send anyone to the scores table for Hall there. We've seen the full court pressure come back now from Manhattan here in the second quarter as Aguirre brings it down. Now Davis driving through and no good. Parcell was able to keep it in. Now Hall looks for somebody, gets it off to Parcell, and eventually it finds the guard, Cat Ball, after Getting it passed around between the 4 and 5 for this Manhattan team. It's taken away by Davis, and Emporia is going to force the turnover. Davis will bring it down quickly and fakes the handoff to Aguirre. Davis in trouble, eventually finds Wiltz at the logo. Aguirre inside, kicking out to Hefner. Hefner pump fakes, drives through, good move and good finish from Adea Hefner to make it 23-6. Adea Hefner with the last 4 Spartan points. And now the pass poked away by Wiltz. Loose ball, Aguirre gets in on it. And it's a jump ball. Lady Spartans going to win it back. Aguirre once again will run the point for the Lady Spartans. It's off to Wiltz, who calls for a screen from Davis, finds Davis on the roll, good, plus the foul. Macy Davis knocks it in, the assist from Bailey Wiltz, and Macy Davis will go to the free throw line. Her and Hefner each have 4, and it's a 4-0 Emporia run, chance to make it 5 here to try and respond to that big Manhattan first quarter. Davis's free throw off the back iron and rolls in. So Macy Davis with 5 here in the first quarter. 23-9 Manhattan, but the lead was once 19. It's been cut down 14. Wiltz giving Larson a ton of trouble. Emporia crowd getting back into it, and they got a tacky foul on Wiltz there. Now I'll have Wiltz pick up her second, so she'll have to be pretty careful now. And that will warrant Aislinn Farrell entering the game now for Bailey Wiltz. It's Larson from the baseline. Over that break, Cos came in for Manhattan as well, along with Depusois. Now inside goes Peabody. It's no good. Depusois trying to work around 3 Spartans. Eventually does on the offensive rebound, but still in trouble. They got it out to Larson. Now up top, Peabody. Inside, Depusois kicks right back out. It's cross court, short corner, Peabody in, no good. And now it goes out of bounds, and Emporia High basketball. So the Lady Spartans gaining some momentum here as they get the stop despite the many Manhattan chances there. With just under 5 to play in half number 1. It's a bounce pass off to Beheimer. Hefner was looking for Aguirre on a backdoor cut, eventually gets it to her on the outside. Aguirre uses the screen, gets it out Farrell, and Farrell ended up walking, so Manhattan's gonna force another turnover. Farrell will pick up Larson at half court. Now Cause no good from just beyond the free throw line, and Hefner grabs the rebound and got knocked down by Yelena Depusois. So Depusois will pick up the foul. It's the first on Depusois, and now Ryan Howe will come into the game for the Lady Spartans for Sydney Beheimer. It's ball back into the game for Manhattan. Inside goes Davis through traffic, and that's a jump ball. Manhattan's gonna get it back. Farrell now will pick Larson up from full court for token pressure. Ball goes up to the wing inside Depusois. Searching off to Peabody. Ball's left open for 3. It missed short. Depusois got the rebound. no good, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans. Larson looking into ball on the corner. Given off to Larson, who will try to work around Farrell. Handed off to Ball. Inside, Cause fading away and got a foul. It's on Adea Hefner, who picks up her second.
Personal 14 foul. At the line for the Indians, House shoots 2.
And Kaus first misses long, so it remains 23-9 and still a 5-0 run for the Lady Spartans at the moment. Kaus will try to end that now. And the second misses as well. So once again, defensively, Emporia able to hold off a long Manhattan possession and now have a chance again to score offensively. Farrell goes inside and draws a foul on Isabel Peabody. So Aislinn Farrell. Oh, they got Kaus with it, sorry. So second on Kaus as the free throw misses short for Farrell. The second free throw on the way and had too much. And it's a lane violation down low, so Farrell's going to get another chance. And with the second chance, Farrell knocks it through to make it 23-10 and get in the scorebook for the night. Larson will try to move quickly through the Emporia traffic. Now spins around. Up top, Kaus knocks it in off the back iron. Kinsley Kaus gets on the board for Manhattan and ends the 6-0 Emporia run. 25-10. Farrell open for three. Fires. No good. Davis got the board. Putback no good. Got her own rebound, and that putback doesn't go either. It's Larson moving around Farrell and miscommunicated on the pass to Kaus. Aguirre dives in there. Loose ball and out of bounds off Aguirre of Emporia. But a good hustle play. Came from behind and nearly kept it out of Kaus's hands. And Hall and Dodds will check back in the game now for Manhattan after that loose ball. Ball looking. Hall pump fakes from just inside the perimeter. Out Peabody. Peabody pump fakes, drives inside, good with the right hand. And Isabel Peabody already entering double digits for this Manhattan team, 27-10. The lead pushed back out to 17. Lead was down to 15 at one point. Up top, Davis for three. No good, too much. Davis getting her own rebound again, and that putback goes for Macy Davis. Macy Davis with 7 and grabbing the boards for Emporia High, especially offensively. 27-12. Inside goes Larson, and it's a walk. And so after that big Manhattan first quarter, the Lady Spartans, you got to give them credit, have not laid down here, and they're going to force a Manhattan timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break with them as well. You're watching Spartan Basketball on E-Town Sports Network. ready for action out of the Manhattan timeout, and Emporia has really upped the intensity and started to figure things out here in the second quarter. And now ball steals the pass. Going the other way, Beheimer is going to be in pursuit and forces ball to at least have to pump fake and work for it. But she eventually knocks it in. 6 points for Cat Ball. Lead back up to 17. It's Aguirre up top, crossing over, finding Davis. Davis trying to step through and eventually got it out despite the loose ball. Aguirre for a big three, got it to go. Aguirre knocks the lead down to 14. Lowest it's been is 13 for Emporia, and the Lady Spartans have battled hard here in the second quarter. 60 seconds to play until halftime. Larson gonna cross over using the screen from Dodds. Looking, gets it off, ball. Ball will go down the baseline and barely stayed in, got it out Hall, and a good finish from Joran Hall. 31-15. Howe controls it right back to Aguirre. 30 to play. We'll see if Coach Scott wants to hold this one for the final buzzer of the first half. Inside goes Davis. There's your answer. The shot's no good. Dodds now will have it, and Manhattan doesn't look like they have any intentions here of holding it, although now ball will slow it down. It's inside Hall, who's going to try to work around Howe, and Davis kicks out Dodds from the right elbow. No good, and that's an over the back. Geary, despite standing at just 5'3", was able to box out Isabel Peabody at 5'10" and draw the over the back. And that's the fifth Manhattan foul of the half, so it'll send Jade Aguirre to the free throw line, who had the big three just a moment ago. Aguirre's first nothing but net. So Jade Aguirre with 4, she and Adea Hebner each have 4, and it's 7 from Macy Davis. Is now Larson and Peabody will take a break for the final 8.3 seconds of half number 1, and along with that, Kinsley Hines will come in for Macy Davis. The second free throw from Aguirre, too much. Emporia gets the offensive rebound in the hands of Aguirre. It's tipped away by Manhattan. Bush going through, and it's a loose ball foul on Kinsley Hines with 1.1 seconds to go, and that's going to send Bush to the free throw line, as it's the 5th Emporia foul of the second quarter. The first free throw rolls off the right of the rim for Bailey Bush. Now the second to try and push the lead out to 15 after the Aguirre free throw does go. Bush gets on the board. 1.1 seconds for Emporia. Hines, no good on the buzzer beater, and that will do it for halftime. 32-16, Manhattan leads it, but it was a big response from the Lady Spartans, battling hard in the second quarter after falling down 23-4 after the opening quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with the stats here on E-Town Sports Network. return here at halftime of this one, and you know, Manhattan leads this one 32-16, and it was a big first quarter. And you know, the Lady Indians led it 23-4 after the end of the opening quarter here in this one. But then the Lady Spartans, they kept fighting and ended up actually winning that second quarter by 3 and making it 32-16 at the half. And you know, it's going to take quite the miracle, you know, to come back from down 16 at halftime. But either way, no matter the outcome of this game, you have to be happy if you're Coach Scott, seeing the fight that your players have here in the second quarter. And you know, you're going against a good team that already mounts up that big lead in the first, and yet you come back and you hit them right back in the mouth. And so leading the way for Emporia, it was Macy Davis with 7, and then Adea Hefner, who had the buzzer beater to end the first quarter, and then the second quarter for the Lady Spartans as well, had 4. And then Jada Geary had 4 as well, had a 3, and then knocked down a free throw as well. And Aislinn Farrell also knocked down a free throw. She has 1 for the Lady Spartans. For Manhattan, it was a big first half from Isabel Peabody, and this Manhattan team really spread the ball out and spread the scoring out. Peabody had 10, and then it was Ball and Larson with 6. And then Jordan Hall had 4. Avery Ingram had the sole 3 for Manhattan. And then it is Cows with 2 and Bailey Bush with 1. But this Emporia team, again, kept fighting through the second quarter. We'll see if they can do it through the second half as well here on Winter Sports Night at home. We'll take a break and be back with second quarter action on E-Town Sports Network. back here in Spartan Gymnasium and just about ready for the second half to get underway. It'll be Emporia with the basketball, trying to build off a good second quarter here. Down 32-16. 16 minutes in game time to go. It's Davis. Good find off to Wiltz. In and good. A good start. Bailey Wiltz scores off the Macy Davis assist to start the game. A good play drawn by Coach Scott out of the half. And Lady Spartans are going to force a turnover now as well. Wiltz dives on the floor. Ball's in trouble. Davis dives in for it. That's a jump ball. Manhattan's going to keep it, but how about the energy? How about the energy from this Emporia High team coming out of the half as well? It's into Peabody, across to Bush, right back in. Peabody draws a foul on Davis. As Emporia tries to plead their case, it looked like Peabody kind of tripped. It's Davis just picks up her second, so I mean still a lot to play in the second half, but just 2 fouls so far, and Isabel Peabody continues to have a big day for Manhattan now with 11. The second one goes as well. So Manhattan responds with the free throws of Isabel Peabody, and we're also going to see the full court pressure come out from Manhattan. Ball puts it in and good off the turnover. That was the one thing, the one major difference from the first and the second quarter for Emporia High was they didn't have to work around that press of Manhattan. Now they do. Aguirre nearly has it poked away, is in trouble. And we get a Coach Scott timeout to keep it with the Lady Spartans. We'll take a break and be back here in a moment. You're watching E-Town Sports Network. Well, we'll see what Emporia can draw up out of the timeout here to try and break this Manhattan press that's given the Lady Spartans a lot of trouble. They try to heave it deep to Aguirre. Bush is going to steal it. And it's a jump ball. So Emporia is going to get it back despite turning it over there. It'll be Wiltz from the eye on the baseline. Wiltz searching, in trouble, eventually bounces it deep to Hefner. Hefner driving through, back over the top. Emporia's got to get it across. Wiltz deep to Davis. The pass tipped by Manhattan. Ball's going to get it. Ball looking up top. Bush goes around Wiltz, in and out, and gets her own rebound. No good, but draws the foul. And it was Davis, Hefner, and Wiltz all down there. Each have 2 fouls, too, so that could be big for Emporia. They get it on Hefner. So Hefner picks up her third. It's good from Bush. Ryan Howe now will come into the game as the second's good from Bush as well. Wiltz will move across the baseline, get it in. Beheimer over the middle to Davis. Up top, Aguirre. Emporia gets by this time. Wiltz will search. And eventually it's Ball picking up the foul. Just the first of the night on Ball, and just the first Manhattan foul of quarter number 3. Wiltz pump fakes the pass, gets it into Beheimer on the elbow. Howe inside, knocked away by Peabody. In trouble is Depuswa, and she'll throw it off Davis to keep it with the Lady Indians. Bush moving inside. Aguirre poked it away. Aguirre takes it down, gets trapped in the corner, and it's a jump ball. Manhattan's going to get it back. Well, after it was a good start from Emporia, Manhattan's pushed it out to its biggest lead of the game here at 20 with 6:20 to play in the third quarter. Bush inside to Peabody. Peabody finds Bush backside. No good. It's a loose ball. Aguirre poked it away. Davis pokes it away, and Howe eventually comes up with it for the Lady Spartans. Inside goes Wiltz. Right back off to Aguirre on the wing. They leave Davis open for three. Davis short. Gets her own rebound again. No good, and eventually Larson gets it. Rebounds the floater from Macy Davis. Bush again going inside, and no good. Depuswa grabs the offensive rebound. Ball for three on the second chance. No good. Wiltz going to try and go coast to coast off the rebound. It's no good. Peabody knocked it away. Manhattan's got a 5-on-4 until Wiltz can get back. Inside goes Bush. Good find off to Depuswa, who scores. Yelena Depuswa gets her first bucket of the night for Manhattan as Wiltz will try to move through the traffic and eventually is fouled. The second foul on Larson. Aislinn Farrell now will go in for Emporia, and along with that, it's Avery Ingram and Ainsley Beckett in for Manhattan. Beheimer into Aguirre. Out to Farrell, and it's tipped out of bounds. Manhattan's going to get it right back, and now that'll have Kinsley Kaus into the game. Short corner, step in for the shot, no good from Beckett. It's an offensive rebound for Ingram, who has the only three for Manhattan on the night. Now Kaus gets the mid-range shot to roll in. Farrell, deep pass off to Davis, across Aguirre. Manhattan's pushed the lead out to 24. Aguirre no good from three. Davis, another offensive board for Emporia, and it's a foul on Cat Ball. The second on Ball. Both coming here in the second half. Farrell will look inside at Davis, who will go around and lay it in with the left. Macy Davis has 9, 42-20. Ingram inside Beckett, blocked by Davis. Davis grabs another Emporia rebound. Larson's going to dive in to stop Aguirre with it, but it's a jump ball. Emporia is going to retain possession. Davis inbounds it to Aguirre, Farrell into Aguirre. Aguirre fakes the pass and is able to get across using the screen from Davis as well. Deep pass inside to Howe is a good find. Howe, no good from the right side of the basket. It's bounced off Ingram. Manhattan's got opportunities in transition now. It's Larson from the corner inside, floats it up short. Macy Davis grabs the rebound. Aguirre slows things down for the Lady Spartans in the 22-point hole. Beheimer from the wing was trying to find Davis inside. It's knocked away. Backside, ball good. And Cat Ball becomes a second Indian to get into double digits as she has 10 now. Aguirre's pass for Beheimer tipped away and out of bounds. Wiltz will look from the sideline and bounces it in. Ball took it away. Ball trying to go all the way with Wiltz from behind. Won't be able to get there, and Cat Ball has 12. Her and Peabody with the most, and it's another turnover forced by Manhattan. And Beckett goes up. We get an Emporia High timeout. Manhattan's pushed it out to 26, the largest of the game. We'll take a break and be back here with action from the third quarter on E-Town Sports Network. We return from the Emporia High timeout. And, it was a good start for the Lady Spartans here in the third quarter. And then Manhattan brought the full court pressure back and went on a big run to extend this lead out to 28, the largest of the game. And now it's another loose ball. Emporia's running out of time to get it across, and now Wiltz does. It's up top to Cunningham, who entered the game over the timeout. Left wing is Davison, side spins, kicks out Cunningham, long two, no good. Kaus tried to save the rebound, which really could have just let it go out of bounds, but Manhattan's able to keep it anyways. Bush goes inside, kicks out Beckett. Ingram for another three, short. So it's Wiltz looking to get it in. It's bounced in to Davis across Cunningham. Cunningham, short corner, Farrell. Farrell spinning, no good off the glass. Wiltz knocks the pass away, and Wiltz has a chance to take it all the way. Goes in and good with the right hand. Bailey Wiltz with 4, 48-22. Inside goes Bush, and Bush walked. And Adea Hefner will re-enter the game now for the Lady Spartans. And now Manhattan gonna have it tipped away. Ingram will have it. Ingram looks backside. Hefner's able to knock it away and keep Emporia from really turning it over, but Hefner a little shaken up after the play, eventually able to get up. As they say, the foul is on Ingram. It's just Ingram's first, and Cat Ball will return now for Manhattan. Cunningham running it down the floor. Gives it off to Wiltz, bounces up Howe, top of the key. Farrell pump fakes, drives through, no good with her left hand, but gets her own rebound. Wiltz across Hefner. Pump faking from mid-range, trying to spin through. Kicks out, Wiltz open, top of the key, three, no good. Off the backboard, nearly got the bank to be open there. It's across to Bush. Bush trouble handling it with one hand. Eventually gets it, drives around, and Farrell's going to be tacked with the block. 58.4 to play until the final quarter of this one, and it's going to be Bush from the free throw line, and the first one takes a couple of bounces and rolls in. Elizabeth Moreno returns for Emporia. The second goes for Bush as well. 50 to 22. Wiltz looking, gives up top to Moreno. Now uses a screen for Moreno, was looking for the roll. Instead, it's a bounce pass to the top of the key to Farrell. Wiltz hands off Cunningham. Right corner, Hefner. Hands it right back off to Farrell. 25 seconds to play. In quarter number 3, Farrell's going to look over to Cunningham. Cunningham inside, Hefner. Hefner is fouled by, I believe they're going to get it on Bailey Bush. Oh no, they got it on Kennedy Dodds. The second on Dodds here in this one. It's going to be Hefner for 2 free throws. And the first free throw rolls in for Hefner. It's Larson and Ball returning for Manhattan. The second free throw rolls in for Hefner as well, who has 6. Clock's down to 7. Larson's going to work with the left, kick out to Ball. Ball uses the screen, looking at the buzzer, and knocked it down. Cat Ball leads the Indians now with 14 here with a big second half. We'll take a break and be back with fourth quarter action from Emporia. You're watching Spartan Basketball. Fourth quarter action ready to get underway here from Emporia, but before that it'll be Evie Banks entering the game now for Avery Ingram here for the first time in the fourth quarter. Banks driving inside on the baseline, no good. Rebound by Dodds, putback doesn't go. Dodds had it knocked away by Davis, and now Hefner knocked it away. And I think Hefner got hit with the ball. And it's down on the floor. And Ryan Howe now will give Hefner a break. It's Larson having trouble finding somebody, eventually finds Hall. Hands it off right back to Larson. Larson steps back and shoots for 3. It's no good. Beheimer grabs the rebound. Aguirre will try to work through the trap from Hall and Larson. It's knocked out of bounds. And Emporia is going to keep it. It's Aguirre off to Beheimer. Up top, Howe, right back across to Aguirre. Uses the screen from Howe, now steps back for another three, no good. Larson lets it go out of bounds, and Manhattan's going to get it back.
Returning for Manhattan, Ingram.
Ingram returns for the Indians. It's Ball who's going to take a seat here with just a little over 7 minutes to play at 52-24 the score. Ingram crossing over, gets it out Hall. Hall spinning and no good from the left side of the bucket. Wiltz grabs the rebound, tried to get moving in transition, but got tripped up, and it's going to warrant a foul on Evie Banks, her first of the night.
And that foul is called on Evie Banks. That's her first personal, first team foul. Manhattan substitution number 11, Tess Henry.
It's Tess Henry and Jorah Parcell.
Also entering for the Indians, Jorah Parcell.
Checking in for the Lady Indians. Just under 7 minutes to play. Beheimer nearly has it poked away by Banks. Banks now will steal it. Banks will try to go all the way and is fouled by Sydney Beheimer.
Foul is called on Sydney Beheimer, her first
It's the first on Beheimer and the first Emporia foul of the final quarter, as the free throw misses from Banks off to the left. Hefner comes in now for Beheimer. Banks' second attempt is good. So Evie Banks will get on the scoreboard. Geary off to Davis. Right wing is Wiltz. Wiltz driving in, fading away, and is fouled. Nearly got the shot to go as well. So Bailey Wiltz will go to the free throw line.
At the line for the Spartans, Bailey Wiltz will shoot 2.
And the first one long from Wiltz. Joss Hall enters the game for Manhattan. The second free throw, nothing but net for Wiltz, who has 5 on the night. It's Tess Henry bringing it down for Manhattan off to Ingram. Ingram will drive around with the left, gets it out to Hall. Hall bouncing it off. Henry, no good from mid-range. Inside goes Banks, who got it to go. Evie Banks has 2, and now the lead up to 30 for Manhattan. It's a handoff from Davis up to Howe. Left wing Aguirre. Wiltz pump faking now, no good from the short corner. It's Parcell with the board, and now Hall will move it across, and it's going to be a block on Adea Hefner.
Spartan foul is called on Adea Hefner. That's her fourth personal, second team foul.
It's the fourth on Hefner, so she'll have to be cautious here for the final 5:15 of the game, as Hall's free throw is good. The second one short. It's a fight for the rebound, and eventually a rebound by Aguirre and a foul by Banks.
And that foul is called on Evie Banks. That's her third personal, third team foul.
.440 to go in this one. Geary scans and gets it to Davis. Davis spinning and is going to go to the free throw line after the foul, or after the shot through the hard
And that
contact.
foul is called on Evie Banks. That's her fourth personal for a team foul.
Banks
At the
picks
line
up
of
the
the
foul
Spartans, Evie
again, and
Banks
so
shoots 2.
Evie Banks has quickly picked up 4 fouls as a full new 5 goes to the scores table for Emporia. Davis is going to knock down the free throw. It'll be another double-digit performance for Macy Davis, who continues to lead the Lady Spartans in scoring. It's Farrell, Moreno, Hines, and Cunningham in. It's Scobie waiting to come in for the shooter Davis, who makes a shot and now has 11. Henry will bring it down and hands off Banks. Banks will take a deep 3. It's no good. The fight for the rebounds going to end up going to Tess Henry. Hall's going to bring it out. It's right back out to Henry. And Farrell's going to poke it away for Emporia. Farrell's going to try to move in transition and eventually got fouled trying to get the pass out to Scobie.
Manhattan foul is called on Joss Hall. That's her first personal, 5th team foul.
The
At the line
first
for the Spartans, Aisling Farrell
foul on
shoots 2.
Hall. It'll be Farrell to the free throw line for the Lady Spartans. And Farrell's going to knock down the first.
Number 5, Jordan Hall.
Farrell with 2 on the night, and Joran Hall, will return for Manhattan. The second for Farrell good as well, so she goes 2 for 2 from the line there after going 1 for 2 earlier in the game. It's a deep heave to Beckett inside. Hall spinning and draws the foul. 2:25 to play. The foul's going to be on Elizabeth Moreno. Just her first. And Hall's first free throw bounces off the back iron and rolls in. The second free throw goes for Hall as well. So 6 for Joran Hall, just under 2 minutes to play. And now it's Joss Hall who's going to steal it and go the other way. It rolls off the right. Hines is going to grab the rebound for Emporia. Moved up to Farrell, who's going to go with the left and has it poked away. Loose ball, and Coach Scott's going to call a timeout to keep it with the Lady Spartans. 93 seconds to play here. We'll take a break and be back on E-Town Sports Network. Back from the timeout, it's going to be a pass bobbled and out of bounds off of Elizabeth Moreno. So 58-29. The score here with a minute 20 to play. It's Joss Hall who's going to get a screen from Joran Hall and lays it in with the left hand. Scobie will get it off to Hines. Up top, Farrell. Farrell kicks out to Hines, right back up top to Scobie. Clock down to 40. Now the shot no good from Cunningham. Joran Hall brings it down quickly for Manhattan, gives it out to Tess Henry. Swung around. Banks will try another from deep, no good. It's Beckett with the rebound and put back for Manhattan. 4 points for Ainsley Beckett. 62-29. Scobie's going to hold it with 15 to play and give it off to Cunningham inside. Moreno spins. It's knocked away. Hall's going to have it, and Hall's going to eventually have it knocked away by Farrell, and that's going to have the buzzer sound here and finish it off from Emporia here in the first game of the night. It's Manhattan taking the 62-29 victory on the road here at Emporia. Lady Spartans are going to drop to 2-12, and Manhattan will improve to 10-4 on the season and 3-1 in Centennial League play. And, you know, Manhattan got that quick start. The Lady Spartans fought hard in the second quarter, but just, you know, aside from about that first minute and a half-ish of the third quarter, weren't able to really mount anything to help get back in this one. We'll take a quick break and be back with the stats here and then get ready for what should be a good boys game tonight here on E-Town Sports Network. Back here in Emporia, as we're going to try to get a quick post game in here before the winter sports ceremony starts tonight. For Manhattan, after getting the big win tonight, you know, really spread the ball out well, but top four scorers here was Kat Ball with 14, surged by a big third quarter, and then Isabel Peabody, who had a big first half, had 12, and Joran Hall and Delaney Larson each had 6 for this Indian team. And for Emporia, they were led by Macy Davis, who had another double-digit game. She's continued to be the prime scorer for this Emporia team. And then Adea Hefner, the senior, had a good night with 6. Bailey Wiltz, 5. Jada Geary, 4. And Aislinn Farrell with 3. And so the Lady Spartans are going to look next to what will be a big game as far as playoff hopes against Junction City. A chance to have a real competitive game up there on the road against that Junction City team, and every game matters right now if you're Emporia trying to fight your way here into the 5A state playoffs, as they sit just behind Topeka West by a game, but have the point differential advantage. So if the Lady Spartans can pick up a few wins, we could be seeing postseason basketball. That's going to do it here, as again they're getting ready to start the winter sports ceremony. So we're going to take a break, and after that we'll be here with pregame for the boys game tonight on E-Town Sports Network. return here to Emporia High for what should be a good Centennial League matchup tonight. It's the Emporia High boys taking on the Manhattan Indians, who have traveled down here to Emporia. And this Manhattan team, look, they are 5-8 on the season. You know, not your typical Manhattan team with that record, but they're 2-1 in Centennial League play. They beat Topeka High, who's been improving over the year, and Emporia just played them that Tuesday night. Manhattan played them Wednesday night and got a close win, 65-60. And again, this Manhattan team too, the strength of schedule. Look, they kept it within 4 against a really good Junction City team. They've played Derby. They got a close win against Hutch in almost every game this Manhattan team has played is close. You know, they took a loss at home to Blue Valley, 64-50. And you know, a lot of what we saw in that Blue Valley game, film-wise, there, you know, a lot of driving in by this team, and this team's got the height, they've got the size to do it as well. You know, you have Landon Knopp and Tim Washington in the starting lineups at 6'4", and then Sam Spiegel, number 32, is senior at 6'3". But this Emporia team has been on a roll, winning 4 straight games, dating back to that, or sorry, 3 straight games dating back to that Goddard Eisenhower game, or no, sorry, 4. Getting my numbers mixed up, but dating back to that Goddard Eisenhower game, it's 4 straight wins. Only loss coming that kind of killed that streak is Cape and Mount Carmel in day 2 of the Bluestem Classic. And this Emporia team offensively has been going a berserk, and it's been boosted by senior Nolan Jacob. He is, I mean, having a huge tear in the last 5 games. You know, Nolan already, as you can see there, had a career-high 21 at Topeka High to lead the Spartans to the win there. He leads the team in assists per game and steals per game and shoots 33% from 3, which is second on the team. And to go along with that, in the last 5 games, Nolan is 47% from beyond the arc. He's reached double digits in 4 of his last 5 games and is averaging nearly 13 a game in his last 5. So he has been an absolute key piece here to this Emporia High team that's gone on this run lately. And you know, again, they look to get another win here and make it 5 straight. A team that was, you know, 5-4 after that Capen game, just barely over 500, looking really good right now. And you know, a win over a solid Manhattan team would help boost this team after they have to go after the weekend, have to travel down there on Tuesday the 11th for what will be a huge game in Junction City. You know, these two teams split it last year. Emporia won here at home in a big one. It was after day 3 of the Glacier's Edge. The Spartans played later after that championship game was over and got the win, a gritty win, 55-47. But then when they traveled down to Manhattan, now you did take it, Emporia was without leader at the time, Sheldon Stewart, but lost that one 47-36 when they took that trip down there. But they get to play them at home here for the first time these two teams meet in the season, and they look to get the win again here tonight. It would be a big win for Coach Baldwin's crew. And this team, again, we kind of talked about Nolan going on a tear, and this team in general has been on a tear. This team scored 60-5 out of the last 6 games and shooting 40% from 3 in the last 5 games as well. And this team has just really found a stride from beyond the arc, really found another key offensively there with Nolan, who, you know, has brought that average up to 7.7 a game now, and it was around 5, you know, before entering that 5-game stretch. And then they've got Harry Troke, who's leading from beyond the arc at 35%, and he adds 9 points a game in there as well. He also leads the team in rebounds. And then you have Rylan Crowell, who's just been the most consistent. He's the leading scorer for this team, and he's been the most consistent scorer with 13 a game. And he even had 20 that night against Topeka High. And so, you know, Emporia looking to get the offense, keep the offense moving, but they're going to have a tough task ahead of them against this Manhattan team with a lot of size. And but you know, the Spartans will most definitely be up to the task. We'll take a break here, and then we'll be right back for tip-off and starting lineups. You're watching Spartan basketball on E-Town Sports Network. Back here in Emporia, just about ready to get underway. It's a big one tonight. And first, the starting lineups for the visiting Manhattan Indians. It is 6'2" junior number 1, Sawyer Newton, 6' junior number 3, Vince Deering, 6'4" junior Noah McFadden, 6'4" senior Landon Knopp, and 6'3" senior number 32, Sam Spiegel. For your home Emporia High Spartans, it is 6'1" sophomore Harry Trelk, 6'2" senior number 5, Nolan Jacob, 6'1" senior number 13, Josh Rios, 6'1" junior number 23, Rylan Crowell, and 6'1" senior number 24, Kobe Franklin. And so here we go, a big Centennial League matchup underway. It'll be Rios and McFadden for the tip. And Josh Rios listed at 6'3", McFadden at 6'4", but McFadden looks to have a clear height advantage here, more than just an inch. And he tips it back to Vince Deering, who will run the offense for Manhattan, who will try and get on the board first. It's Sawyer Newton, hands off Landon Knopp. This is what we were talking about, a lot of dribbling, driving for Manhattan, and the 3 to open up the game, no good from Deering. It's Jacob with the rebound. Emporia moves quickly. We've seen this fast-paced offense more and more from Emporia, as we talked about in this 6-game stretch where the Spartans have scored 60 in 5 out of their last 6. 7.5 to play. Crowell goes in with the left, kicks out Franklin from the baseline, right back out. Crowell catch and shoot 3 to start it off, no good. Jacob tips it out. Trelk's gonna grab it. And Emporia is gonna keep it, and even against a team like Manhattan with a ton of height advantages, Emporia is gonna get the offensive rebound here to start this one off. Crowell spins, puts it up and in. Rylan Crowell, the tough finisher for Emporia, leads the Spartans with 13.3 a game. He's been that consistent rock Emporia's been able to lean on for a lot of the year, and he gets that one to go. Good energy tonight here for Winter Sports Night as it's knocked away from Jacob by Newton. Or knocked away from Newton by Jacob, sorry. Kicked off to Deering back up top. It's off to Spiegel. Spiegel out to McFadden. Kicked right back out to Newton. Newton will go inside with the left and no good on the floater. Franklin grabs the board for Emporia. Gets it up quickly. Trelk gets knocked away. Deering, he tried to save it behind his back, but it's out of bounds. Emporia is going to keep it. And so it will be Crowell from the baseline, and he's going to get it in to Kobe Franklin now, who's going to run the point for Emporia. Don't see this often. Kobe's going to have it. It's going to be out to Jacob on the corner. Inside, they try to find Jacob on a cut, and he's fouled by Noah McFadden. From the baseline, it'll be Jacob inbounding it. It's into Trelk. Manhattan in the 2-3. We saw a lot of this last year too. Stifled Emporia in that game at Manhattan, but Emporia was able to break through in the second half here at home when they got the win. It's inside to Rios. Rios bounces out. Jacob for 3. We talked about him earlier, and he knocks it down. Nolan Jacob. Big 3, 33% shooter from beyond the arc, and we were just talking about it in pregame. 47% from 3 in his last 5 games, and he knocks it down to open it up for the Spartans. Up 5-0. Great start here as Crowell giving Newton all of it there. It's Deering inside Spiegel. Spiegel's going to try to work around Rios and Jacob and got it to go. Nolan Jacob, the team captain here for Emporia, and he got the energy going here. He has just been playing energetically these last 5 games. Really, this Emporia team as a whole. It's Franklin underneath, reverse layup, tough finish. The Emporia offense came to play tonight. Some tough finishes. It's 7-2 Spartans here. 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Inside goes Newton. Newton spins. It's no good. Rios tips it away. Rios pushes it quickly up to Franklin. Franklin inside. Left hand, no good through contact. They're letting him play here early. Crowell's putback is too strong. On both sides here is Newton's had to work through some contact for Manhattan, and a couple of Emporia High guys have had to work through contact as well. They're going to let it be a physical one tonight. It's across in the corner. Deering looking out. Jacob tipped it away from McFadden. Loose ball. Franklin dives for it. Gets it out to Rios. Franklin bringing it down. Inside to Crowell on a cut. Crowell gets it out to Trelk. Halfway through the first, Trelk inside. Through the physicality again, no good. Rios tipped it out. Trelk pump fakes, good move from the elbow, no good. And now they get a foul on Rios, and for how much they had let things play, it seemed like an interesting one there that they called when he fouled Landon Knopp. It's going to be the first on Rios, and now it's Henry Witt, who we've seen come off the bench a lot for the Indians here on film. And it's 7-2 Spartans. Knopp trying to answer. He's short on the three. It's Trelk over to Madden Seidel, who checked in. Maddox Shively is into the game as well. Short corner is Jacob. Looking out for Trelk. Emporia is going to hold this one now. It's Seidel. Seidel, a good three-point shooter as well at 32%. Just doesn't shoot it as often as guys like Jacob and Trelk. Down the baseline goes Crowell, no good. Maddox Shively fights for the rebound. Got it for Emporia. It's a second chance for the Spartans. Trelk for three, no good. And it's a foul down low. And Ox got the second chance for Emporia. And the foul's on Nolan. It's Tim Washington in, who's had some time in the starting lineup too in a few games for Manhattan. There for head coach Benji George. Inside goes Newton. Newton floats it. He's short. Shively another board. Just the type of plays Coach Baldwin brings Shively in, and we kind of mentioned it last week at Topeka High, and he ignites the crowd and it is, I mean, again, a great energy here tonight in Emporia. Crowd will bounce it into Trelk. And we've been at a 7-2 stalemate now for a little bit after a quick start here to this ball game. It's Jacob up top. Shively jumps up to grab it. Kicked out. Trelk. Corner three. Too much. Jacob tips it out. Crowell's going to get it. Crowell no good and is still letting him play. Two fouls apiece. Crowell for three. He's short. Trelk gets it. Another Emporia offensive rebound. And oh my. I mean, Vince Deering draws the charge, and he was nowhere near set on Trelk, who tried to grab the rebound and drive in, and Emporia not able to take advantage of the second chance opportunities there. And so again, Manhattan with the height advantage, but Emporia's been able to get up and either tip it out or grab long rebounds over this tall Manhattan team. It's Knopp. He pump fakes from three, 7-2. It's nearly stolen by Shively. Inside goes Newton, out to McFadden. McFadden for a three, he got it. Noah McFadden cuts it down to two and makes Emporia pay for not taking advantage of opportunities to really extend this lead early. Up top, Seidel pump fakes. Inside to Seidel now on the cut. He's fouled and it goes! What a drive again, went off the top of the backboard. The foul's on Tim Washington. Madden Seidel scores, averaging 4.6 a game. And we had kind of talked about it here against Hayden. He had a career high 13, then followed it up with a career high 14 at the Independent School in Wichita. Now he gets a big play to ignite this crowd and answer the Noah McFadden three from just a few moments ago. And a free throw good from Madden. 10-5, Spartans lead it. It's a bounce off to Washington. Hands off to Knopp. Knopp spinning. And Franklin poked it away, but not without a foul. It's just the first on Kobe, and that'll have Josh. Or no, they had Rios at the score table. He didn't end up subbing in, and now Will Carpenter gives Noah McFadden a break. Knopp looking cross court. Witt's barely able to haul it in. Now he drives inside, and it's a charge! Madden Seidel took it. It probably slowed down an Emporia fast break opportunity off the steal, but Emporia still gets the huge momentum boost there, leading at 10-5. .90 seconds left. Trelk out to Seidel. Seidel gives a couple of fakes. Now it's Franklin. Trelk fakes a couple of passes. Now it is Crowell. Crowell jump stopping inside out to Franklin. Franklin had it poked away by Witt. And now they get Franklin another foul. Trying to take it from Sawyer Newton, and Franklin's going to have to leave the game now with 2 here in the first quarter. It's Rios and Shively at the scorers table. It'll be the 5th Emporia foul of the quarter, so after about those first 4 minutes, they really let the energy take over and kind of let things play out. They've been calling them a lot more here late in the second, and it's going to be no good on the first free throw for Sawyer and Newton, and that'll have Rios and Shively now coming in. Manhattan will not elect to make any changes after the free throw. And the second free throw goes for Newton. It's Shively running the point now. Less than a minute to go in the quarter. Jacob gives off Rios. Rios spinning. Bounces in. Good find to Nolan Jacob. Backside, and Nolan scores. He continues the tear he's been on. He's got 5 first quarter points. 12-6 Spartans. Washington miscommunicated. Rios nearly swung in and stole it. It's eventually up to Knopp. Knopp behind the back, unloads. It's a good shot from Landon Knopp, who pulled up from the free throw line and hit a tough one. 25 seconds to play. We'll see if Coach Baldwin's team's going to hold this one for the last shot of the quarter. 12-8. It's been highly energetic, highly contested, just as we expected here. It always is in the Centennial League. Seidel across. Jacob for another. Short. And so after Nolan Jacob hit that one early, Emporia's gone a little cold. First time really since that Trinity game. Newton at the buzzer, no good. And so that concludes the first quarter of action. Spartans lead at 12-8 here against Manhattan. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter on E-Town Sports Network. Well, it's going to be Emporia High basketball in the student section cheering them on here as they going to have it out of the break. It was Chase Harrington checking in over that break for Emporia. Spiegel and Deering entered the game back along with Newton for Manhattan. Rios corner up top to Crowell on the wing. Now to Trelk. Trelk inside, kicks out Rios. Rios inside, going through the contact, and eventually a jump ball, and Manhattan's going to get it back. (12-8). Big offensive possession here if you're Manhattan. Have a chance to cut this thing back down to one score after Emporia jumped out to the 7-2 lead. and then made it 12-5. It's a give off to Knopp. Knopp's gonna spin and try and work around Crowell. Crowell poked it away. Harrington got it out as well. It's out of bounds. They're gonna stay with Manhattan. It's into Deering. Knopp sets up for three, and he got it to go, and Landon Knopp has had some big buckets now early for Manhattan. He cuts the lead down to 1 with 7 to play in the second quarter, and just like that, Emporia's big start's been erased. Jacob tried to get it from the baseline. It's no good. Dearly poked it away from Deering. It's Newton moving it up quickly to Knopp. Knopp the hot hand right now for Manhattan. It's cross court. Pump fake inside, Spiegel out to Carpenter. Carpenter down the baseline. Newton nearly lost it. Instead, it's a tough finish, and it gives Manhattan its first lead of the game, 13-12. And Emporia's got to get the momentum back now. 6-0 Manhattan run. 5-0 Manhattan. Rios no good. Harrington gets the rebound, and Chase Harrington, a big board getter for Emporia. Manhattan's going to be able to force the jump ball. Emporia is going to keep it. And again, keeping that theme up early in the quarter, letting things play out. But then late in the quarter, at least in the first, they called the fouls. We'll see if it remains the same here. It's inside to Crawl and cut. He bobbled it and eventually went up, and there's a foul call. And Reitland's going to go to the free throw line. He's the best free throw shooter for Emporia at 75%. If that's the one area you'd really want Emporia to get better, even as of late with the offensive explosion Emporia's had lately, it would probably be free throw shooting. But Crowell, again, a good shooter at 75%. And his first is nothing but net. Ryland's got 3. He knots the game up at 13. The second one goes as well. It's Knopp. Knopp crossing over, kicks out Carpenter. Knopp jabs, moving around Jacob. Jacob gave him everything. It's off the front of the rim, fight for the rebound, and Jacob flies in and gets that one. Known as the Big Hawk by a lot of his teammates and peers, and he flew in there to grab that rebound for Emporia, and he's been flying high to tip out rebounds as well for the Spartans. And then we obviously talked about how he leads the team in steals per game as well. It's inside now to Nolan. On the cut, he scores. And Nolan's got 7 first half points, continuing his great run. 16-13, just like that, the Spartans have grabbed the lead right back out to 3. And Will Carpenter walked. Emporia's going to get it back. It's Witt and McFadden into the game now for Manhattan. It's Troke again into this 2-3 zone of Manhattan. Tough defensive team. It's off to Crowell. Crowell will work around Deering, gets it out. Troke in the corner. Too much again. Maybe the adrenaline running high for Emporia. Many of the threes missing long. Emporia is going to be able to keep it from the baseline. Jacob in over the top to Trelk. .450 to play in the quarter. Things started off hot scoring wise, and now they've slowed down a little bit. But had to expect it. These are two good defensive teams. A lot like that Hayes matchup Emporia had and narrowly won, coming from behind. It's into Crowell. Crowell kicks out. Troke, another too much again. And it's a foul down low on Rio, so Emporia continues a cold streak from 3.
First team foul. Returning for the Spartans, Natalie Seidel.
Well, Manhattan came out on the 2-3, challenged Emporia to shoot the ball, which as of late you would say is probably not a great idea, but it's worked out well for the Indians tonight. Emporia has been ice cold after that Nolan Jacob 3. Inside goes Witt. It's swung around. Good movement from Manhattan. Newton, the floater, got it. Newton has 5. Manhattan really spreading it out here. Each team really spreading it out pretty well. It's off to Trelk. And eventually a foul. Trelk is fouled by Sawyer Newton. And that will have Carter Goodpasture entering for the first time. He's going to take the spot of Spiegel right now. It's Jacob into Trelk. Crowell working pass in the corner. Seidel thought about the 3. Right back up top, Trelk. Things are going to move in a motion for Emporia. Seidel goes down the baseline. It's poked away by Witt, trying to work around Goodpasture, and eventually they get a foul. See who they get that one on. It's going to be on Goodpasture. The first of the night on Goodpasture, who recently checked in. The 3rd Manhattan foul. It's into Crowell. That tip play we saw T-High. It misses, though, for Ryland. He got probably 6 or 8 points off of that at T-High, just flying up there and knocking it in. McFadden transition 3. No good off the glass. Seidel grabs the board. Crowell moving through, weaving through traffic. They give Trelk space. Thought about using it. Now gives it out Seidel. Jacob hands off. Crowell. 3 minutes to play, and Crowell floats in and out. Jacob, 3 on the rebound, short, and Emporia still can't buy one. Newton inside, spinning, no good. Goodpasture on the putback, he's fouled. And Carter Goodpasture, the 6'2 junior, is going to go to the free throw line. It's going to be the first on Madden of the night. It's good from Goodpasture on the first. And he ties the game up at 16. The second goes for Goodpasture as well. So Manhattan's got it back. It's turning into a back and forth one here in the second. Each team very much needing this win at 2-1 in league play. And for sub-state playoff spots as well. Now Crowell for 3. Crowell got it to go. Crowell ends the cold streak. Ryland for 3. He's got 7. He and Nolan apiece. And we're going to get a Manhattan timeout. We'll take a break. Manhattan leads by 2. The Manhattan crowd's livid. And the coach, head coach Benji George is going to get into the officials here. It's a full one. We're going to take a break. I kept it on just in case there was any sort of technical given away because they were ripping into the officials there. But now they're done doing that. We're going to take a break and bring it back here after the timeout on Eattown Sports Network. So after the Manhattan timeout, Emporia leads it by 2, propelled by the 3 from Ryland Crowell. The southpaw knocked in a big one. And again, he and Jacob have 7. We talked about it. Crowell been the consistent scorer. Jacob's the one that's been on the tear. It's a handoff now to Witt. Off to Goodpasture. Handoff McFadden. McFadden has a 3. He is the one who cut the lead from 7-2 to 7-5. Inside goes Newton. Newton again, he has been trying to drive inside and he has not been able to get a call. Emporia has been blanketing him there inside. And to his credit, he's been going through a lot of contact. And now Harrington spins, no good. Ryland Growell rebound. Jacob pump fakes, kicks out to Harrington, out to Seidel. Seidel, plenty of time to set up for 3. Too much. Inside goes McFadden, and it's a block. Jacob tried to take the charge. That's going to be the second on Nolan.
Spartan foul is called on Nolan Jacob. It's his second personal for the team foul. Returning for the Spartans, Maddox
Shively into the game. Now he's going to give Jacob a seat here. It's Tim Washington into the game for Manhattan. Knopp is going to search from the baseline. It's into Goodpasture. Deering, 3 no good. Shively grabs the rebound and now jump stops. Washington poked it away from behind. Washington's floater misses. Shively grabs the rebound again. And now Shively will bring it down for the Spartans. He passes it off to Crowell. Up top to Seidel. Inside, Harrington with the feed from Shively. Lost control, now he's spun in and out in Emporia. It seems like they have a lid on the bucket. Everything rolling in and then rolling back out. 19-17, Spartans lead it despite that. The floater rolls in. Deering knocks it in, and he's got his first 2 of the game. 30 seconds left in the half. It's been a defensive battle, 19 apiece. Trelk's gonna hold it. Manhattan not giving any pressure so far, letting Emporia maybe have a chance to hold this one for the final shot of the half. They've had to battle hard to get past this Manhattan 2-3 zone. It's Seidel searching. Trelk bobbled it. 3 on the clock. Seidel at the buzzer. No good. And so that's gonna do it here at halftime. Tie ball game. It's a close one. We'll take a break and be back with the stats. You're watching Spartan basketball on E-Town Sports Network. Well, we return here to Emporia, and you gotta say you expected this one. A tie ball game here at halftime, 19 apiece. Emporia came out firing. He had a bucket from Rylan Crowell and then a big three from Nolan Jacob for a 5-0 start, and we're up 7-2 even. And 12 first quarter points, which was nothing crazy for Emporia, considering their run in the last 5 games. It was still a good start offensively. But then that Manhattan defense locked in and gave up just 7 to the Spartans in the second quarter. Leading the way for Emporia, Nolan Jacob and Rylan Crowell with 7. Madden Seidel had 3, and Kobe Franklin had 2 on that tough reverse underhand finish. Then for Manhattan, we talked about, they really spread things out. It's Newton and Knopp each with 5, and then Noah McFadden had 3. Sam Spiegel and Carter Goodpasture had 2, along with Vince Deering, who also had a bucket. So, the Spartans, look, we're cold from 3. I mean, this Manhattan team in the 2-3 was willing to take its chances with an Emporia team that had shot 40% from beyond the arc in its last 5 games, and it scored 60 in 5 of its last 6. We're really willing to take a chance with an Emporia team that had a really hot hand at the moment, and that hot hand ended tonight for Emporia, which against a 2-3 zone is almost about the worst time you can have that happen. Leaves you a chance there from the perimeter, but I mean, you got one from Nolan Jacob, you got one from Rylan Crowell. Your leading 3-point shooter, Harry Trelk, has had some chances but hadn't quite been able to knock one through. And so, Seidel took one, and he was 0 for 1 on the night. I guess 0 for 2. He had that buzzer beater. That was a miss. But as far as a for real shot that he was able to set up, he was 0 for 1. And Jacob, after he made that one, had a couple of misses as well. And so, Emporia, you expect, that's what we've seen from Manhattan, these last couple of years, is they stay in that 2-3 zone almost no matter what until they're in a pressing situation. So if you're Emporia, you're going to have to work past it, and you're going to have to be able to shoot the 3 here. We'll see what the Spartans can do and how they can answer when we come back on E-Town Sports Network. few moments away here from a second half that's bound to be a good one. A tie ball game. Emporia won the first half. Manhattan won the second half. Or sorry, Emporia won the first quarter. Manhattan won the second quarter. Emporia's going to huddle at midcourt and talk things over here. And again, as we talked about, I mean, this is nearly a must. I mean, well, if you're either team here in the Centennial League, I mean, every game from now on feels like a must-win game, especially Manhattan at 5-8 trying to improve their sub-state standings. And then if you're Emporia trying to make a run at the Centennial League Championship, you've got Junction City coming up and then another big game against Hayden. And this is one you've got to win over a solid Manhattan team that is 1,000% better than what their record shows. Third quarter action underway. It's going to be Manhattan with the basketball to start it off. Newton's going to drive inside. Sawyer Newton's looking. He's in trouble. It's poked away by Crowell and off the hands of Newton. And Emporia high basketball. Emporia forces the turnover here to start the second half. Trelk brings it across half court. It's Crowell holding it on the left wing. Up top the Trelk. Inside, he spins, fades away too much. Newton, hands off, it's off the leg and up. Emporia's gonna get it back. So still a stalemate here through the first 38 seconds of the second half. It's in the left corner to Crowell, up top for Rios. Wing, Trelk, thought about the three. Newton was there in coverage, Trelk spinning. He's gonna try again on the fadeaway, no good. Corner is Rios. Inside goes Franklin. Franklin through the contact. He's not gonna get it to go, but he draws the foul. And uncharacteristically rough shooting night from the field for the Spartans, but they have gotten the offensive rebounds, and now Franklin draws the foul to go to the free throw line. Emporia, a team that shoots 48% from the field, extremely efficient, and 55% from two-point field goals. As Franklin's first bounces off the back and rolls in to give Emporia the lead in the first points of the second half. But tonight, Manhattan's really stifled them inside and just not been as efficient shooting night as we're used to seeing from the Spartans. The second free throw from Franklin is too long. 6:55 to play in quarter number 3. It's Newton off to Deering. Carpenter right back out to Spiegel. Emporia's got to be happy with holding Sam Spiegel to just 2 first half points. Spiegel's going to hold it up top. It's Knopp inside, behind the back to Deering. Deering looking, Trelk tipped the pass away. Trelk's going to move it down. Now he's going to search for somebody up to Crowell at the logo. Franklin going in with the left. Thought about the backdoor pass. It's right back out to Trelk. Franklin jabbing out to Rios. Rios down the baseline, and it's a block. They're going to attack Spiegel with it. It's going to be the second on Spiegel. It's into Trelk off the inbounds play. Corner, Trelk, pump faking, stepping back, a Zeke Mayo type move for KU. Newton tips the pass away from Nolan Jacob. Knopp pulls up for 3 for the lead, no good. 2019, again, still defensive here. After that first quarter, we saw some fireworks. It's been all defense from both teams since then. Trelk inside, getting bashed and eventually draws the foul, and they say it's on the shot. So Harry Trelk's going to take a trip to the free throw line. Yet to get on the board tonight. Second in scoring for the Spartans with 9 a game. He's got 2 big free throws now here early in the second half. The first one good for Harry. That'll give Harry his first point of the night, and Madden Seidel now will give Josh Rios a break. The second from Trelk misses. 21-19. Spartans have taken the lead from 2 free throws, one from Franklin, one from Trelk. Knopp to get the lead for Manhattan is no good. 5 minutes to play in the quarter. Inside goes Jacob. Out to Seidel. Seidel pump fakes. Now he takes the 3. Short. Emporia still cannot get the 3 ball going. Inside is Knopp. Kicks out. Carpenter. Corner 3. Got it, and Manhattan's got the lead. And sorry, that was Henry Witt, not Will Carpenter. Inside goes Franklin. Kicks out Seidel. Inside. Franklin. Now Trelk. Trelk fading away. Floater misses. I mean, this second half looking eerily similar to that of Washburn Rule, where Emporia just could not get any field goal to drop. Inside is Spiegel working around Seidel. Seidel gave him good D, and now Emporia's going to move quickly. They have Franklin deep. Franklin through the contact, good, plus the foul on the floor. He ignites the crowd. Kobe Franklin with 5, and it's a huge bucket plus the foul. He gives Emporia the lead. And after it was a slow start, Kobe Franklin puts the energy right back in the building. It's good pasture into the game now for Spiegel. Franklin's free throw drops, and Kobe's got a big 6 for the Spartans. 24-22, Spartans a 2-point lead, the largest it's been of the second half. It's Knopp. He hands off to Newton. Now they find good pasture on a cut inside. It's right back out. The 3, no good from Witt. He hit the big one earlier to give Manhattan the lead. Couldn't get that one to go. Seidel trying to get it back behind the back to Shively. Eventually finds him. Euro step. Shively, tough lay through 3 Indians. My goodness, what a lay from Maddox. At just 5'7", goes through 3 Indian defenders, and it's out of bounds off Newton. And now the energy's really back in this one. 26-22, 4-point Spartan lead. .3:15 to go in the third quarter. Shidley with the left, inside Crowell. Crowell spinning, fading away. What a finish from Ryland. And now Emporia is knocking him down. 9 points for Ryland. He looks to be the first Spartan to enter double digits. Consistently in double digits is Ryland. Up top, Witt traveled. Witt traveled. Emporia leads by 6. And team captain Nolan Jacob gives an emphatic fist pump over to the Emporia bench as the frustration starts to build for the Navy Blue. It's a bounce off to Crowell. Gives a couple of jabs. Gives it out Trelk. Franklin up top. Franklin spinning out to Crowell. Crowell inside, couldn't get the finish. Nearly poked it from behind, and now they give Crowell a foul. It's just the first Emporia foul of the third quarter, and only the first on Ryland. as we get a timeout. I didn't see, I was writing things out. I didn't see who called that one. It's going to be Manhattan calling it. So we'll take a break with the Manhattan timeout and be right back here in the third quarter of a close one on E-Town Sports Network. Well, Manhattan hit the three from Henry Witt to take the 22-21 lead, and it seemed like the Indians really were picking up the momentum here on the road at Emporia, and then the Spartans ignited a 7-0 run to take this lead now by 6. Largest since the first quarter. It's a 3. Carpenter, no good. Jacob Board, he's going to move in transition. Oh, he's trying to find Franklin over the top. It was a good play by Newton. But now it's Jacob from the right wing. In and out. Looked really good from this vantage point, but just couldn't fall. It's Deering up top as Manhattan really trying to silence this Emporia crowd with these last couple of plays that has ignited them. It's a rebound, Shively, and Shively is fouled. Oh, Shively has to be careful. He gave a little word to Carpenter, who's trying to argue that Shively should be teed up. I mean, after that, he got Shively in the face, and Shively gave him a couple of words. They just keep the common foul on Carpenter. Shively to the free throw line, and he's short on the first. Noah McFadden re-enters the game for Manhattan along with Sam Spiegel. And Chase Harrington now will fly in late to give Kobe Franklin a break. Shively's second. Too much, and they fouled Shively on the free throw, and it was Carpenter who they were just jawing with. Carpenter and Shively were just jawing, and then he didn't let Shively finish the shot and boxed Shively out on the free throw. So now Shively's gonna go back for 2 more free throws. Carpenter is livid after Shively not picking up the technical on the other end of the floor. And now Shively knocks it down. And then between that right there, and you can almost feel a little bit of a silent beef broiling between the two. Shively misses the second. 8-0 Spartan run, 29-22, tied for the largest lead of the game for the Spartans at 7. McFadden inside, it's poked away, knocked away by Shively. From the baseline is Witt. Witt looking, found an open Deering. Emporia missed an assignment, but Deering misses. Emporia lucks out. Trelk will survey with 1:10 left in the quarter. He's in trouble, and it's a jump ball. It's going to keep it with Emporia. .60 seconds left until we reach the fourth here, and an exciting one. Harrington inside, no good. Deering moving it across with 50 to play. Can they end the 8-0 Spartan run? It's Carpenter, Shively and him close together again. These two have just been almost, flashbacks to Josh Norman and OBJ, and now Shively took the charge. He was off Will Carpenter, who he's been jawing with, and instead took the charge. And it's again Shively making a big defensive play. Took it down the baseline. Madden Seidel now into the game for Chase Harrington. Troke will take his time moving it down. 29-22 Spartans. Inside goes Troke, out to Crowell. Crowell top of the key, short. Troke's gonna get it. He drives in, kicks out. Crowell's gonna have another shot. It's blocked by Deering. Carpenter goes the other way. Cross court to McFadden. McFadden inside, and it's a block. Jacob wasn't quite set. McFadden trying to argue that it was on the shot, but they do end up saying it's on the floor. And they got it on Seidel? It was Jacob who tried to take the charge, but the foul, I guess, was on Madden Seidel, who picked up his second. And McFadden's blocked, but they give a foul. And that one's on Nolan. That's the third on Nolan. That's big. Nolan had 7 in that first half. He's been held quiet in the second, but in a game where you've only scored 29 through 3 so far, it's been a defensive one. That's 7 points in a lot, nearly a quarter of your scoring. McFadden knocks down the free throw to have 4. Chase Harrington re-enters the game now for Maddox Shively. In as well. Oh no, Knopp looks like he must be going in for the shooter McFadden as he stays at the scorer's table. McFadden's second goes. And yes, it is Landon Knopp in now for the shooter, Noah McFadden. 3 seconds to play. It's Sawyer Newton coming in now for Will Carpenter. Manhattan's going to bring full court pressure, not allow Emporia to get an easy shot off. Troke at the buzzer, just shorts. So buzzer sounds, 29-24. Spartans lead it and outscore the Indians 10-3 there in that third quarter. Or sorry, 10-5. Held the Indians to just 5. We're going to take a break and be back with the fourth quarter of a good one on E-Town Sports Network. We return for the fourth quarter. It's Manhattan basketball. The Indians are down 5 here in a defensive battle. Deering out to McFadden. In the corner, whip, pump fakes a 3. He had the big one that gave Manhattan the lead, but then Emporia went on a run after. It's no good. McFadden for 3. It's no good. Harry Troke grabs the rebound. 7.5 to play in the ball game, or at the very least in regulation. Inside the Crowell, it's poked away. Loose ball. Jacob comes up with it. Seidel holds it. Off to Crowell in the corner. Crowell inside. Jump stop. Out and poked away from Harrington. Emporia's going to keep it. Jacob in over the top to Crowell. Franklin, left wing. Inside Crowell. Crowell kicks out. Jacob for a big one. In and out again, and Nolan's been all around the rim, and it just won't roll in. The ball has just been rolling in, around, and out. Inside is McFadden. It rolls out. Manhattan crowd thought they were getting one there, and somehow it rolled out for McFadden. Both these rims might have a lid on them. Now Harrington goes up and draws the foul. It's Harrington to the free throw line. He averages 4.4 a game. 50% field goal shooter, but he misses the first free throw short. And it continues to be a struggle from the free throw line for the Spartans. And they shoot it just 57% from the charity stripe as a team. The second one rolls off for Chase. So Emporia not able to take advantage. 6:35 to go. Emporia has had many chances to extend this one. Just haven't quite been able to take advantage of them. Inside goes McFadden. And Harrington's going to pick up a foul. And now Crowell, and we've got guys teed up. Oh my, I was just getting ready to say Crowell and McFadden were jawing at each other. Now the refs are going to discuss things. Oh, how big would this be if you're Manhattan? Oh no, if you're Manhattan, that is not good. And they tee up Noah McFadden. He and Crowell were jawing after the play, and they both were jawing, but whatever McFadden said must have had a little more fruit to it. And now it's going to be huge. And Ryland Crowell, too, Emporia's best free throw shooter, is going to be able to go to the line. He knocks down the first. Emporia's going to get the ball. So, I mean, in a defensive game like this one is huge as Ryland gets into double digits with 10. The second rolls out. Well, Ryland's staying right on par with that 75% mark. 3 for 4 on the night. And McFadden's going to take a seat now. And head coach Benji George doesn't even say a word to him. That was huge. Emporia's going to get the ball as well. The biggest the Spartans have had it at is 7. Inside goes Troke. Troke, floater, no good. Spiegel grabs the board. 6 minutes to play. 30-24, 6-point Spartan lead. Crossing over is Deering. Backside, he found Witt, who draws the foul, and Henry Witt's going to go to the line. And the first free throw good for Witt. He's really been about the only spark so far in the second half for Manhattan offensively. Indians have been held to just 6 points so far in the second. And it rolls in for Witt again. Witt has 5, all in the second half. It's 5 of Manhattan's 7. Rios out to Crowell. Up top, Trelk. Right wing, Jacob. Hands it back out. Crowell is trying to find Trelk on a cut. It got tipped, but Trelk's able to end up receiving it. Up top, Rios pump faking. Driving in, trying to get it out to Trelk. It got stolen. Witt goes the other way. It's Henry Witt again. Kobe Franklin had to take a charge. Oh my goodness! Kobe Franklin had enough time to board a flight. He was at the airport 4 hours early, and yet somehow it's a block. And it's Henry Witt again. And Witt knocks down the free throw. 30-29, just like that, the lead's down to 1. I mean, I still can't believe it. If anything, though, for Emporia, it's got this crowd right back into it just out of pure anger. And now it's a foul down low on Deering. It's in to Crowell. Crowell has it poked away. They let it be physical again. Inside goes Franklin. No way they can call that. And they called that a charge. So Kobe Franklin was down there on the other end of the floor and was there a whole hour in advance. Yet Sam Spiegel goes on the other side, doesn't even get set, and they call it a charge. To be fair, it was 2 different referees. But my goodness, we're going to get an Emporia timeout. And this crowd is boiling. The Manhattan side is into it. This crowd is boiling over here to our right. We're going to take a break and be back on E-Town Sports Network. Back after some heated moments, Emporia calls the timeout, 30-29. The Spartans lead by just 1. Crowd urging them, trying to get up for this team. They had the lead at 29-22 at one point. It's been cut down to 30-29. Inside goes Newton. Out to Deering. It's Witt, who's been the hot hand. He's had 8 of Manhattan's 10 in the second half. It's Newton, a give off Washington. Washington inside, floats it too strong for the lead. Spiegel tried to get the rebound, Crowd poked it away. Inside, deep pass to Seidel. That's gotta be a foul, it is. I mean, this game is getting just as heated as you would expect it to be between players, between coaches, between fans. 4 fouls apiece. Kobe Franklin's back into the game now for Josh Rios. It's Jacob from the baseline into Trelk. Franklin brings it back up top. Jacob bounces it out to Trelk. Corner. Trelk holds it. It's Crowell. Bounce off Franklin. Emporia holding this one. Slowing things down a ton. It's Knopp to the scorer's table for Manhattan in the meantime. Jacob from the Spartan logo. Corner. Franklin down the baseline. He kicks out. And it's stolen Deering. Newton for the lead. Has to jump stop through Jacob. It's good. Sawyer Newton's got 7, and Manhattan has taken the lead for the first time since the Henry Witt 3 to make it 22-21 early in the third quarter. Crowell thought about an answer. Franklin thought about it as well. He and Seidel miscommunicated. Trelk's able to get it. Emporia's going to hold on to it. 3 minutes to play. Up top, Jacob drives through, kicks out Franklin. Franklin looking, he and Harry miscommunicated. They left Franklin open from mid-range, it's short. It's Deering. Off to Newton, and Manhattan can extend it. Head coach Benji George telling him to hurry it up, trying to speed things up. Up top is Spiegel. Witt inside, out to Spiegel. Spiegel for three. Emporia's held him to 2 in the game so far, and he misses from 3. Not usually Spiegel's specialty for Manhattan. Inside goes Franklin. Franklin out to Troke for the lead. Bang! Harry Troke for 3. Emporia's got the lead. Timeout, Spartans. 33-31. There is the big 3 from Troke we were waiting for. A huge one. 33-31 Spartans. We're going to take a break and be right back on ESN. Harry Troke just electrified Spartan Gymnasium with a 3 to give Emporia the lead right back at 33-31. Spartans led by as much as 7. They're in a 1-3-1 at the half court. Inside, Spiegel got it, plus the foul. And Sam Spiegel knocks it down. We had talked about it. Emporia holding him to just 2 throughout all this game, but he gets it there in a huge moment. And he's going to go to the line to try and give Manhattan the lead right back. What an answer for Manhattan out of the timeout. It's Landon Knott back in the game now for Sawyer Newton. Spiegel for the tie and misses short. Spartan Gymnasium came alive for a big free throw. Franklin on the wing. Troke, corner, 33-33. Franklin's going to take it inside. Spins, goes through the contact. No good. Growl flies in. It's out to Jacob. Poked away Deering. It stays with Emporia. I mean, talk about the fight and hustle from this Emporia team. Such a Manhattan team with such a height advantage, and yet Emporia has just come in and grabbed offensive boards like tomorrow depends on it. The Manhattan side getting loud now. They've traveled well here over to our left. Inside goes Crowd. Out to Franklin. Franklin pulls up for the lead! Kobe Franklin! 8 points for him. Couldn't have it in any bigger fashion. We get a Manhattan timeout from Coach George. Kobe Franklin is feeling it. 1:07 to play. Timeout. We'll take a break. It's a full one on ESN. (35-33) Spartans. Kobe Franklin hit a huge 3, and it almost feels right. He got called for an unjust block on the other end of the floor earlier in the game that ended up being huge. And then He comes down on the other end, fades away for a huge bucket from the mid-range to give the Spartans the lead, 35-33. It's Spiegel on the right wing. Up top to Knopp. Handoff to Witt. You would like to think they'd want to get Witt going considering the second half he's had. 50 seconds. It's a screen from McFadden. Deering picked his dribble up early. It's out to McFadden. McFadden searching. Out to Deering. Deering crossing over. Manhattan can't find a shot. Now it's in McFadden for the tie. No good. Jacob grabs the rebound. Seidel's got it going the other way. 30 seconds to play. Emporia leads by just 2. It's full court pressure from Manhattan. Out to Franklin. And Coach Baldwin wants a timeout to talk it over. 26-6 to play. 2-point Spartan lead. Trying to get home with another gutsy Centennial League win. We'll take a break here and be back on E-Town Sports Network. Out of the timeout from Emporia. The Spartans have it. You got to guess Manhattan's going to foul. And really, anyone's available to foul for Emporia aside from Ryland Crowley, who's a 75% shooter. Seidel can't get it in. Eventually, he gets it into Trelk, and they foul Harry Trelk. And if you're Emporia, that's about the next best option. It's Harry for 2 big ones. He's got the ice. Again, we said the same thing back in that Hayes game as he made 2 big free throws there. 62% from the line. The second. Got it! He extends the lead to 4. 6 for Harry. Maddox Shively goes to the scorer's table. A defensive sub there for Emporia as we get the timeout from Emporia. It's a full one. We'll take a break with them as well on E-Town Sports Network. .1 to play. 4-point Emporia lead. Emporia is going to go with the press. Now they bring it back. This crowd is on its feet and rocking. Deering for a big 3. In and out. It nearly went in. Shively grabs the rebound. It's Maddox Shively of all people. The 5'7" Ox grabs the huge board, and he's going to go to the free throw line for huge free throws. Kobe Franklin says, get on your feet. 14.5 to play. And it's Maddox Shively. He has 3 on the night, averages 2.7 a game, and he has got ginormous free throws. In and out. In and out. And now they're going to give some time for Sawyer Newton to check in for Manhattan. And it's long from Shively. McFadden will move quickly. It's out. Deering needs it for Manhattan. Too much. Tipped up. Rebound Spiegel. He got it with 3.6 to play. Sam Spiegel, through about 29 minutes of this basketball game, Emporia held Sam Spiegel to just 2 points, and now he still just has 6, but 4 of those 6 have been in some of the biggest moments for Manhattan. You almost saw the same thing when Emporia traveled took the 3-hour drive down to Great Bend, and it was Ian Primer who the Spartans held in check for most of that game until Primer had a huge fourth quarter to propel Great Bend to that win. And now, I mean, the Spartans have schemed it up well tonight, but again, Spiegel has just come through huge here during this timeout. 3.6 to play in a big one, and all Emporia would like to think it's got to do is get it in and knock down 2 free throws. But knocking down 2 free throws, a lot easier said than done for this Emporia team. Again, just 50% from the charity stripe on the year. And even getting it in is going to be a tough thing to do against a high intensity and a Manhattan team with a lot of length and a lot of intensity defensively. And you've seen it tonight. It's into Troke. Troke's got it. Troke's fouled with 1.4. Harry's had 2 big free throws already. Can he get 2 more? He went 2 for 2. He went 2 for 2. Went 2 for 2 on the last 2. Huge ones. And if he can go 2 for 2 again, he will pretty much seal the deal. And he missed the first. He missed the first. There's a question here if you're Emporia. I know there's no way you do it. Never mind. No, it's Troke. No good. It's a timeout, Manhattan, too. Manhattan has a timeout as well. And it was a premature, I believe that we will win chant from Emporia. With 0.9 seconds to play, Manhattan's going to have a chance to tie or win this game. Most likely to try and win this game with the limited amount of time on the clock. 37-35. Spartans lead it, and what a heart-wrencher this would be if the Spartans can't hold on. But what a huge one it would be if the Spartans have the weekend to sleep on and then come back for another big one at Junction. 0.9 to play. So an instant classic. By far an instant classic here. And, you know, you thought maybe the Hayes game would be a game of the year. This has topped it. This has topped it easily, especially considering the stakes at hand. So far, this has been it for the Spartans. Team captain Nolan Jacob goes to the student section to get them hyped up, and it's going to get loud in here. 0.9 on the clock. What can Manhattan drop? Does it go to Spiegel? Does it go to Spiegel? It's deep. And Crowell intercepted it. He picked it up. He drives it down emphatically. Seidel goes over to celebrate. Emporia wins it 37-35. They knock off Manhattan, improved to 3-1 in league play after dropping their very first game in league play. And the Spartans are hyped. They get a big win tonight in thriller fashion, and they send Manhattan home for another heartbreaking defeat for the Indians. One of the 9 losses, and so many of them have been one-score heartbreaks. And Emporia grabs a huge win defensively. We'd seen this before. We talked about the variability of this Emporia team and ways to win. They've won it. You know, they started off early in the year, and that defensive team, a lot like that team we saw last year. And then all of a sudden, an offensive explosion in the last 6 games and finding a different way to get wins. And then they do it again differently tonight. They play a really good defensive team in Manhattan with more size than them. They play a tough 2-3 zone, and the Spartans go in. They weren't hitting it from 3, so they go in the second half and find a way to get the win after a tie ball game at halftime. 37-35. Spartans win it. We'll take a quick break and be back with post game and the stats here in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. We return here to Emporia High, a ginormous Spartan win, 37-35, a low-scoring, just defensive battle, defensive chess game, and Emporia wins it 37-35. And, you know, we had already talked about Emporia finding different ways to win just a few moments ago. But until I had really looked down at the stat sheet, it took a moment for me to realize this. Emporia found different ways to win in both halves. You had Jacob and Crowell, who led the scoring at half with 7 apiece, and yet between those two, they had just 3 combined points, and it was from Rylan Crowell in the second half. And instead, it was Kobe Franklin who had 6 second half points to have a huge 8, including that huge bucket for the lead earlier. And then it's Harry Troke who had 6. He didn't get on the board at all in the first half, had 6, including a ginormous 3. And then it was Seidel and Shively each with 3. And so Emporia even going away from their top first half scorers to find a way to win. I mean, what can you not? The Spartan team now on a 5-game winning streak. They get to double-digit wins here in early February. And with that, with Junction City losing against Hayden tonight, they're in a tie for first place in the Centennial League with Washburn Rule. The Spartans get a huge win. Leading the way was Crowell with 10, another double-digit game for him. Kobe Franklin had 8, Nolan Jacobs 7, Harry Troke 6, Madden Seidel and Maddox Shively with 3. For Manhattan, their top 5 scorers were Henry Witt, who had all 8 in the second half and fueled that near Manhattan comeback. And then Sawyer Newton had 7, Sam Spiegel 6 with his 4 crucial points towards the end of the game. And then Landon Knopp had 5, Noah McFadden had 4. Those are 2 guys that were big in the first half. That does it here, a thriller from Emporia. I'm Javen Arndt signing off. Have a good weekend.